They say a mother knows, some instinct buried deep that warns you when something's wrong with your child, a fever before it spikes, a lie before it's spoken, danger before it arrives. I didn't know. Or maybe I did and I just didn't want to see it. I'm standing in a hotel bathroom in Charleston, South Carolina. It's a Tuesday afternoon in October. Outside, palm trees sway in air that's too humid for my Midwest lungs. Inside, I'm holding a piece of paper that's just turned my entire world sideways. A seating chart. My name is on it, Table 18. Not Table 1, where the bride's family sits, not Table 2, where the extended family gathers, Table 18, tucked in the back corner near the kitchen doors, between Bill and Carol Henderson, my neighbors from Columbus, and a handful of cousins I've met maybe twice in my life. General guests. That's what the header says. General guests. I'm the mother of the bride. But let me back up, because this didn't start with a seating chart. It started 6 months ago with a phone call I'd been waiting years to receive. It was a Tuesday then, too, April. I remember because I'd just finished planting my tomatoes and I was sitting at the kitchen table with dirt still under my fingernails when my phone rang. Sarah, my daughter. She doesn't call often, texts mostly, short ones. Busy day or talk soon, followed by a heart emoji that's supposed to mean something. So when I saw her name, my first thought was the same one every mother has. Something's wrong. Mom, hey. Her voice was bright, almost musical. Hi, sweetheart. Is everything okay? Everything's perfect, actually. That's why I'm calling. She paused. I could hear her smiling. Brandon proposed. My breath caught. Brandon, her boyfriend of 3 years, kind, quiet, works in finance. I'd met him twice, both times briefly. Oh, Sarah, congratulations. Thank you. And Mom, her voice shifted, softened. I need you there, really there, not just attending. I want you part of everything. I set down my tea. My hand was shaking slightly. Of course, honey, whatever you need. I mean it, Mom. This is important to me. I know things have been distant, but this is a new chapter for both of us. After we hung up, I sat in that kitchen for a long time. The late afternoon sun came through the window, lit up the dust particles floating in the air, made everything look softer than it was. Distant. She'd said distant like it was something that had just happened, not something that had been building for 8 years since she married Ryan and moved to Charleston and started orbiting his world instead of remembering she came from mine. But people change, families reconcile, and my daughter had just invited me back in. I let myself believe it. My name is Margaret Brennan. I'm 68 years old. I taught second grade for 34 years before I retired. I've lived in the same house in Columbus, Ohio for 40 years. My husband, Bill, died 4 years ago. Heart attack. In July, I asked about the invitations. Honey, do you need help addressing them? I still have my calligraphy pens. I used to do calligraphy, small wedding invitations on the side, back when Sarah was young and money was tight. I was good at it. Oh, Mom, we're doing everything digital. So much easier. But I'll send you the guests list to review. The list never came. When I followed up 2 weeks later, she said, It's been crazy, Mom. Ryan's handling it with the wedding planner. Ryan. Not us. Ryan. August. I found out about the bridal shower on Facebook. I wasn't on Facebook much, checked it maybe once a week, but that Sunday I logged in and saw the photos. Sarah in a white dress, surrounded by women holding champagne glasses. A banner behind them. She said yes to the dress. 12 photos. Ryan's mother front and center in most of them. His 2 sisters, Sarah's 3 bridesmaids. Not me. I called her. Honey, I didn't know there was a shower. Oh, her voice went flat. Yeah, it was just Ryan's family and my bridesmaids. Last-minute thing. I'm your mother. Mom, you would have been bored. It was all inside jokes. You didn't miss anything. I missed celebrating you. Silence. Then, you'll be at the wedding. That's what matters. After we hung up, I sat on my back porch and watched the sun go down. The cicadas were loud that year, almost deafening. I told myself I was overreacting, that showers were different now, casual, not the formal affairs they used to be. But I didn't believe it. September. The invitation arrived in the mail. Heavy cardstock, elegant script. Mr. and Mrs. Ryan Thornton Sr. request the honor of your presence at the marriage of their son, Ryan Thornton Jr., to Sarah Elizabeth Brennan. Their son. My daughter's name was secondary, an afterthought. I called Sarah. I got the invitation. Great, it came out nice, right? When are we doing family photos? What? Family photos, at the wedding. What time should I be ready? A pause. Mom, we're doing a first look, then wedding party portraits. It's a really tight timeline. What about immediate family? We'll get some candids at the reception. Don't stress about it. Sarah. Mom, I have to go. The florist is calling. Love you. She hung up before I could respond. I stood in my kitchen, invitation in hand, and felt the truth settle over me like a weight. I wasn't part of this wedding. I was attending it. 2 weeks later, Sarah called. I almost didn't answer. Mom? Hey, so I need to ask you something. I waited. The wedding's gotten expensive, like way more than we planned. Ryan's parents contributed $40,000, which is amazing, so generous, but we're still short. My stomach tightened. How? She pulled up my account on her computer. I've noticed several large checks recently. To your daughter, the rehearsal dinner payment last month. Before that, a $500 check with dress allowance in the memo. Your savings account is lower than I've seen it in years. I felt heat rise in my face. It's my daughter's wedding. I understand. I have 3 daughters myself. I know about weddings. She leaned forward. I'm not trying to overstep. When I see someone dipping into their principal savings, especially someone on a fixed income, I feel obligated to ask, are you getting what you're giving? I stared at her, this woman I barely knew, who just asked the question I'd been avoiding for 6 months. She's my daughter. Rita nodded slowly. I know. Just be careful, okay? I left the bank with my $2,000 and Rita's question sitting heavy in my chest. The seating chart arrived 6 days before the wedding. I was packing, laying out my clothes, my shoes, my small jewelry box with the pearls Bill had given me on our 25th anniversary. My phone buzzed. A text from Sarah. Mom, wedding planner sent final details. See attached. Talk soon. I opened the PDF. Final seating chart and timeline. Confidential. I scrolled through pages of information. Ceremony start time, cocktail hour details, dinner schedule. Then I saw it. Family Table 1. Frank and Diane Thornton, groom's parents. Michael and Jennifer Thornton, groom's brother and wife. Catherine Thornton, groom's sister. Patricia and Robert Thornton, groom's grandparents. Family Table 2. Thornton, aunts, uncles, cousins. Table 18. General guests. Margaret Brennan, Bill and Carol Henderson, assorted distant cousins. I read it 3 times. Then I scrolled to the photo schedule. Family formals. Bride and groom with Thornton family, 5 poses. Groom with Thornton family, 3 poses. Bride with bridesmaids, 4 poses. Full wedding party, 2 poses. My name didn't appear once. I sat on the edge of my bed, phone in my lap, and tried to breathe. I called her immediately. It rang 6 times, voicemail. I texted, "Sarah, we need to talk about the seating chart." 30 minutes later, "Mom, I'm in the middle of final dress fitting." I typed carefully, "I'm seated at table 18 with general guests, not with family." The 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. "There's no room at the family tables. Ryan's family is huge." My hands were shaking now. "I need to cancel my flight to Charleston. There's a $150 cancellation fee. That's fine." I hung up. Called the hotel. "I need to cancel my reservation. You'll forfeit one night's deposit, $220. Understood. Then I sat down and wrote an email. "Sarah, I won't be attending your wedding. I've thought about this carefully. I know you'll be angry. I know you'll think I'm being petty or dramatic or punishing you. I'm not. I'm simply recognizing what you've been trying to tell me for months. I'm not part of it. I'm funding it, I'm attending it, but I'm not part of it. The dress is at Morrison Bridal if you need to return it for credit. I've canceled my hotel and flight. I hope your day is everything you've planned. Love, Mom." I read it 5 times before I sent it. Then I blocked her number, not forever, just until after the wedding, because I knew what would come next, and I wasn't strong enough to withstand it. The wedding was on a Saturday. I spent that day in my garden. I planted bulbs for next spring, daffodils and tulips, trimmed back the roses, pulled weeds from between the paving stones. Around 4, right about when the ceremony would have been starting, Carol came over. "Margaret, I thought you'd be in Charleston." I sat back on my heels, brushed dirt from my gloves. Change of plans. She studied me. Carol's known me for 25 years. She knew. "For what it's worth," she said quietly, "I got seated at table 18, away from everyone. It felt strange." It was strange. "I'm sorry." "Don't be. You didn't do anything wrong." She nodded. "I brought zucchini bread. It's on your porch." After she left, I went inside, washed my hands, and ate a piece of that bread. It was still warm. That night, I didn't look at social media, didn't turn on my phone. I made myself dinner, baked chicken, roasted vegetables, a glass of wine, ate slowly at my kitchen table while the sun set. Then I watched a documentary about wolves in Yellowstone and fell asleep on the couch around 10 o'clock. It was one of the most peaceful days I'd had in months. On Monday, I unblocked Sarah's number. 17 missed calls, 23 text messages. I didn't read them, just deleted them. Then I called my bank. "Rita, it's Margaret Brennan. I need to stop payment on a check." Which I know that's not enough. I know I hurt you. I know I used you. Can we talk? Sarah. I read that letter 5 times. Then I set it on my kitchen table and stared at it for an hour. Part of me wanted to call immediately, to say, "Of course," to say, "I forgive you," to say, "Come home." But another part, the part that had been growing stronger over these 3 months, said wait. So I did. I waited a full week. Then I called her. She answered on the first ring. "Mom, I got your letter. I'm so sorry for everything. I should have..." "Sarah, stop." Silence. "I'm willing to have coffee. to talk, but I need you to understand something first. Okay? I'm your mother. I'm not your backup plan. I'm not someone you come to when things fall apart and then forget about when they get better. I heard her breathing, shaky. I know. Do you? I think I'm starting to. Then yes, we can talk, but it's going to take time. I understand. Do you want to come to Columbus? Can I? When? Next weekend, if that works for you. It does. Thank you, Mom. After we hung up, I sat in my kitchen and cried. Not sad tears, not happy ones, just tears. Sarah came the following Saturday. I picked her up at the airport. She looked thinner, tired. When she hugged me, she held on longer than usual. We drove back to my house in near silence. Not uncomfortable, just careful. At home, I made tea. We sat at the kitchen table, the same table where I'd written that check, where I'd read that seating chart, where I'd made my lists. Sarah looked around. Her eyes landed on something pinned to my bulletin board. The seating chart, table 18. You kept it. I did. Why? I looked at her, really looked at her. My daughter, who I'd carried for 9 months, nursed, raised, loved with everything I had. To remember what I'm worth and what I won't accept again. She started crying then, quiet tears that she didn't try to hide. I don't know how to fix this. You don't fix it overnight. You just show up, honestly, consistently. She nodded, wiped her eyes. Can I come coming? For visits? Yes. Even if it's just for tea? Especially if it's just for tea. We sat there for a while, drinking our tea, not solving anything, not erasing anything, just sitting together. It wasn't redemption, not yet, but it was honest, and after everything, honest felt like enough. That was 6 months ago. Sarah comes to visit once a month now. Sometimes we talk about the wedding, sometimes we don't. She's in therapy, so am I. She's dating again. Someone from her yoga class. She asks my opinion now, actually listens to my answers. Last month, she asked if she could bring him to meet me. Only if you want to, I said. I do. His name is Marcus. He's kind. Asks me questions about teaching, about Bill, about my garden. When he leaves, he thanks me for having him. Small things, but they matter. The money sits in my account. The $8,000 I took back. I haven't decided what to do with it yet. Maybe I'll take that trip to Oregon. Maybe I'll donate it to the literacy program. Maybe I'll just leave it there, a reminder that I have a choice. I'm 68 years old. For most of my life, I believed that being a good mother meant saying yes, meant sacrificing, meant accepting whatever crumbs of affection I was offered and being grateful for them. I don't believe that anymore. Being a good mother, being a good person, means knowing your worth. It means understanding that love shouldn't cost you your dignity. It means recognizing when you're being used and having the courage to walk away, even when it's your own child, especially when it's your own child. They say a mother knows, and I think that's true. But sometimes what we know isn't that our child is in danger, It's that we are. And sometimes the bravest thing we can do is save ourselves. If you stayed until the end, something in Margaret's story mattered to you. Maybe you've been forgotten at your own table. Maybe you've written a check you shouldn't have. Maybe you're still deciding if you're worth choosing. Subscribe to Tales Untold, where we tell the truth about family, sacrifice, and the cost of being convenient. Like if this story made you feel seen, share it with someone who's still apologizing for taking up space. Every subscription tells us these stories matter, that you matter.